Hey guys, welcome to the channel. As you see in the thumbnail, what if Naruto is only man who can use chakra and harem with kunoichi? Before I start, please do support for more awesome content, and subscribe my channel and like this video. Go support and follow the One Fairy 7 for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story. Link in the description. Give up Naruto, you have lost your comrades, lay dead, even that waste of an Uchiha Sasuke died by my hand. What more do I have to do to prove to you that you have lost, said Madara, looking at the heavily breathing Naruto. I won't give up, my friends may have died but there will lives on, shouted Naruto, making Madara laugh. Ha ha ha, Naruto, no matter how strong you get, you are still too naive. What good is this world if you have nothing left? Even if you could defeat me, what would you do after? Mourn for your friends until you die? Asked Madara, making Naruto depressed thinking about all that he has lost. Snap out of it, Naruto, you may not be able to see your friends again, but you won't be alone forever. You have me when we free them, the other Buji as well, said Kurama, trying to help Naruto, getting a small smile from Naruto. Thanks Kurama, I know I have you and the others, but it's still upsetting. I mean, I'll never get the experience of being a father and watching my children grow up, said Naruto, getting a sigh from Kurama. Naruto, I have a plan, but it has 10% chance of actually working, said Kurama, getting a nod from Naruto. Okay, what the plan? Asked Naruto. Okay, you need to get him to use Kamui and push him and yourself into the portal. I'll handle the rest, said Kurama. Okay, I can do that, said Naruto. Activating his chakra cloak, he glares at Madara, getting a smirk from him. So you choose to fight? Very well, let's dance, exclaimed Madara, activating his Susanoo, creating a giant blue armor surrounding himself. Unsheathing his sword, he points it at Naruto. Come Naruto, let's dance your final dance, said Madara, swinging the sword at Naruto. Dodging his sword, Naruto tries to think of something to make him use Kamui. Okay, it's something he won't be able to dodge and powerful enough that he can't just take the hit. I could use the tailed beast ball, but I want to save Kurama's chakra in case he needs a lot of power for his plan, so that leaves the Raisin Shuriken. Yeah, that should do it, thought Naruto. Dodging another swing from the sword, Naruto creates a Rasengan and a clone, quickly pumping wind chakra into the Rasengan, creating a buzzsaw blade surrounding it, running at Madara at full speed. Reaching him in a blink, he shouts Raisin Shuriken and throws the jutsu at Madara, hitting and breaking through his Susanoo, and inches away from him he smirks. Haha, is that it, Kamui, shouted Madara, making a portal appear and suck in the jutsu, but before it could close, Naruto tackled him into the Kamui, sending both into the Kamui dimension. Okay Kurama, we are both in the Kamui dimension now, what? Asked Naruto, wanting to be done of this fight and mourn his friends. Your job is done now, Naruto, and this is where we part ways for now, at least, said Kurama, shocking Naruto about what he said. What do you mean, Kurama? What are you going to? Naruto was unable to finish his sentence, as gold chakra exploded from his body, spreading all over the Kamui dimension, and hitting Madara, making him scream in pain. With one final explosion, Naruto blacked out. Valley of the End. Opening his eyes, Naruto looks up to see a bright blue sky, completely different from the gray and dark sky that was once there during his fight with Madara. Groggily getting up, Naruto feels a massive pain course through his body, holding back a yell of pain. He looks around the area and sees that he is still at the Valley of the End, but he notices some differences. How this place was completely destroyed in my fight, how is it repaired? What did Kurama do? Oh God, Kurama, shouted out Naruto. Closing his eyes, Naruto enters his mindscape. Running up to the cage that once held Kurama, only to find it empty. Kurama, where are you? Shouted out Naruto over and over, but getting no response. Falling to his knees, Naruto cries for the loss of his partner and friend. Knowing Kurama wouldn't want him to cry, Naruto wipes his eyes and leaves his mindscape. Valley of the End. Looking around the valley one last time, Naruto walks towards the water to wash his face of the tears, but jumps back in shock. Staring at him was a younger form of Madara. Uchiha, what the hell happened to me? Yelled Naruto, still looking at his reflection, touching his face to make sure it was really he. Feels the skin and knows it's no genjutsu. What happened to me? The last thing I remember is gold chakra and screams of pain, and then nothing. God, Kurama, you could have told me this would happen. Stupid fur ball, mumbled Naruto. Washing his face, Naruto inspects his gear. He was wearing red battle armor and black underclothes, still having his kunai pouch on his thigh, but with a gumbai on his back and a Konoha headband around his upper arm. Okay, I have my gear, and some of Madara's. I'll have to think more on this later, but for now I need to get to the village. If I travel fast, I should make it in an hour. Jumping into the trees, Naruto didn't notice that the two statues have changed a lot from the ones he knew. After an hour of traveling, jumping from tree to tree, Naruto could see the gates of the village. Jumping to the ground, Naruto starts walking towards the gates until he senses multiple chakra signatures surrounding him. I know you're there, you can come out now, said Naruto in a calm voice. When he finished speaking, a squad of Umbu appeared around him, all women, which confused him most. Umbu had a mixed squad rule. His thinking stopped when a falcon-masked woman stepped forward. We tracked a large chakra signature to this location. So man, where is the kunoichi that was here? Demanded the falcon Umbu, pissing Naruto off and unconsciously activating his Sharingan, making them all step back in shock. He just used chakra, shouted a surprised beetle Umbu, confusing Naruto at the outburst. Of course I can use chakra, I'm a shinobi, why wouldn't I use chakra? Asked confused Naruto. No man can use chakra, everyone knows that, said the dog-masked Umbu, getting wide-eyed looks from Naruto. What? Exclaimed Naruto. He just used chakra, shouted a surprised beetle Umbu, confusing Naruto at the outburst. Of course I can use chakra, I'm a shinobi, why wouldn't I use chakra? Asked confused Naruto. No man can use chakra, everyone knows that, said the dog-masked Umbu, getting wide-eyed looks from Naruto. What? Exclaimed Naruto. Naruto's shout made the Umbu jump back and draw their weapons. You are coming with us, said the dog-masked Umbu, getting a chuckle from Naruto. Haha, I would like to see you try, women, mocked Naruto, surprising himself with his attitude towards them, and pissing the Umbu of not believing that a man would have the balls to speak to them like this. Enough of this, you are to be brought to be interrogated. No, come with us, you stupid man, before we are forced to subdue you, sneered the falcon Umbu, only to freeze as Naruto unleashed a small amount of killing intent at the group, making them stop in their tracks. Watch what you say to me, women, or I'll rip your tongue out, said Naruto darkly, sending a chill down their spines and making them all pale behind their mask. Stopping the flow of killing intent, he looks at the still shaking forms of the Umbu. Bring me to your Hokage, I wish to speak to her, said Naruto, making the Umbu stop shaking and look at him. Very well, we will bring you to our leader, but you must relinquish your weapons to use, said the falcon Umbu in a polite manner, hoping not to piss of this mysterious stranger. Very well, but if so much a scratch are on my things you will pay, said Naruto darkly, sending another chill down the Umbu spines. Passing his gumbai and kunai pouch, the 4 guards escort him through the village, getting strange looks from the populace, all from the males and lust from the females, but mostly confusion. Whilst walking, Naruto was thinking to himself, why did I say those things to them? It simple felt normal to me, like I've done it hundreds of times, and threatening them about scratching my gumbai, fellas, that gumbai has been with me for years, but I've only had it hours at most, still have to meditate on this later, finishing his thought on the matter. Naruto looks around the village, noticing that all the faces on the mountain were female, but there were only 3 heads, making Naruto wide-eyed. What did you do, Kurama? First, apparently all ninja are female, and now I'm back to the 3rd shinobi war. I wonder what else is. Naruto was brought out of his musing by the falcon Umbu. Here is the Kage Tower. You will have to wear these chakra cuffs just in case, said the Umbu member, getting a nod from Naruto. Putting the cuffs on, Naruto was taken into the tower, getting confused looks from the ninjas there, until we stopped in front of 2 large wooden doors. The falcon masked Umbu knocked. Not 3 seconds later a voice was heard, come in. Doing as the voice said, the Umbu members opened the door and walked into the room with me in tow. Hokage office. Sitting behind a desk was the current leader of the Hidden Leaf Village, Haruka Sarutobi, sorting paperwork until a knock came at the door. Who must be the Umbu squad to report about that large chakra signature that was heading this way, thought Haruka, breaking from her thoughts. Come in, said Haruka, watching the Umbu walk into the room, but to her surprise a man was following them, wearing armor from the Warning State era and long black hair covering one eye, but leaving the other dark blue eye exposed, along with a handsome angular face, brought a small blush to her face. Shaking her head, she looks at the falcon Umbu. Falcon, has your squad located the chakra source, and who is this person in my office? Asked Haruka, making the Umbu tense when Haruka mentioned Naruto. We located the chakra source, Hokage-sama, and this man is the source of that chakra. Hokage-sama, said the Umbu, getting a small glare from the Hokage. Falcon, man can't use chakra, so stop being stupid and tell me what was the cause of the chakra signature, demanded Haruka, releasing some ki, making the Umbu shack. Seeing that this was going nowhere, Naruto decides to speak up. Actually, Hokage, I was the source of that signature, and if you would like I can prove it to you, asked Naruto, getting a confused look from Haruka but giving him a nod to proceed. Naruto snaps of the chakra cuffs, making all in the room wide-eyed. Naruto unleashes his chakra, making a dark blue chakra coat himself, making those in the room start choking due to the power of it. Seeing what was happening, Naruto cuts of his chakra and allows the people to start to breathe again. Regaining her breath, Haruka looks at Naruto with wide eyes, not believing what she had just seen. Who are you? Asked Haruka, still breathing heavily. My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Uchiha, and I'm here to tell you a story, said Naruto with a smirk. Regaining her breath, Haruka looks at Naruto with wide eyes, not believing what she had just seen. Who are you? asked Haruka, still breathing heavily. My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Uchiha, and I'm here to tell you a story, said Naruto with a smirk. Regaining her breath, Haruka keeps her gaze on Naruto, trying to comprehend what just happened. A man used chakra. This shouldn't be possible. This goes against the laws of nature, and the power of his chakra was enough to make me scared. This man is very dangerous, thought Haruka. Well then, young man, please take a seat and tell me this story, said Haruka, trying to get some information on this mysterious man. With a nod, Naruto takes a seat in front of Haruka. Before I begin, I want only your most trusted people in this office along with someone to tell if I'm lying or not, said Naruto, getting a confused nod from Haruka, looking towards the recovered Umbu. 3 of you go and fetch me the Sanin Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru, and the remaining Umbu get me. Tsuchi Yamanaka ordered Haruka, getting bows from the Umbu, who leave in swirls of leaves. May I ask why you have a Konoha headband wrapped around your arm? Asked Haruka, hoping it wasn't from one of her kunoichi. Seeing the worry in her eyes, he decides to tell her, no, this headband is not from any of your ninja, it is mine from when I graduated the academy, answered Naruto, making the Hokage more confused. You can't have been at the academy, you're a bow. She stopped her question as she heard a knock at the door. Come in, said Haruka as the door opened. Standing were the 3 Sanin Tsunade, looked the same, only younger, but Jiraiya and Orochimaru looked very different. Jiraiya had long straight white hair that went past her neck, a heart-shaped face, hazel eyes with 2 red triangles under both eyes, plump pink lips. Altogether she was beautiful. Orochimaru had long black hair like normal, but her face was heart-shaped with delicate features. Her golden eyes looked warm compared to the Orochimaru he knew. Along with her small lips, she looked like a princess, not a shinobi. Link in profile for pictures if you want to look. You called for us, sensei, said Orochimaru to Haruka, but was looking at Naruto with a blush, along with Tsunade and Jiraiya, creeping Naruto out a little but making Haruka smirk. Yes, I did call you, so please stop staring at our guest and take a seat. We are still waiting for Tsuchi to arrive, said Haruka, making the 3 blush more in embarrassment. Taking their seats, the 3 take glances at Naruto, who smiled at the 3, causing their blushes to increase. After 5 more minutes of waiting in silence, a knock came at the door. Come in, said Haruka as the door opened. A blonde-haired woman walked in. You called me Hokage-sama, said Tsuchi, and like the others blushed at the sight of Naruto, getting a smirk from him and scowls from the 3 Sanin. Yes, our guest here has something to tell us. I need you to make sure he is not lying, ordered Haruka, getting a nod from Tsuchi. Well then, Naruto, would you like to tell us who you are and how you can use chakra? Asked Haruka, shocking those in the room who didn't know very well, but this will be long. It started the day the Kyuubi no Kitsune attacked the Hidden Leaf Village on October 10th. 3 hours later. And that's how I ended up here and can't return there, said Naruto, finishing his story as he looked in the ground in sadness. He didn't expect to be hugged by a crying Jiraiya, followed by a crying Orochimaru and Tsunade. Calming the 3 down, Haruka wipes her eyes free from tears and looks at Naruto. You've had such a hard life, Naruto-kun. I'm both amazed and saddened at the things that have happened to you, but what will you do now, Naruto-kun? If you wish, you could become a citizen of the Leaf and live a peaceful life. You have earned it, said Haruka, surprising Naruto at the offer. I would like to rest, but Konoha needs me to spread the will of fire, so if you would allow, I would like to become a ninja again, answered Naruto with a warm smile, making those in the room smile at the man's spirit and determination. Very well, Naruto-kun, but you are the first male to use chakra in this world. We can either tell the Ninja Council your real story or come up with a cover story? Asked Haruka, making Naruto think for a minute, trying to think of an answer. There should be no secrets between comrades. We will tell the Ninja Council my real story, answered Naruto, making their smiles widen at him. Very true, Naruto-kun, but for now you must be tired from all that has happened, so my Umbu will escort you to a hotel reserved for visiting Kages to rest. You will be called upon for the meeting later on today, said Haruka, getting a grateful look from Naruto, who was escorted out by the Umbu. When the door shut, Haruka's expression hardened. Orochimaru, I hope that you learn from the mistakes of the other you, as I don't want you falling into darkness, said Haruka in a dark tone, making Orochimaru shiver a little. Don't worry, sensei, I would never do things as vile as that monster of a man, said Orochimaru, disgusted with what her other self had done. Wanting to change the subject, Jiraiya spoke. So the other me was a super pervert? Ha, he's got nothing on me, I'm a mega pervert, exclaimed Jiraiya proudly, doing a pose making those in the room sweat drop at her antics. Shut up, pervert, shouted Tsunade as she punched Jiraiya on the head, sending her to the floor, making the others to sweat drop at her as well. Getting up from the floor, Jiraiya dusts off her top and looks at the others in the room. You have to admire, he is handsome, said Jiraiya, getting blushes from everyone in the room. Maybe I should show him where the bathhouse is, suggested Jiraiya, making blood fall from her nose along with everyone else in the room. wiping the blood from her nose. Yes, well, for now you all rest. You along with Naruto will be called to the meeting later on, said Haruka, getting nods from the three as the shunshin out of the room, leaving Haruka in her office. Making sure they were gone, she pulled out a familiar orange book. Hehe, if I play my cards right, another Aika will be out soon, giggled Haruka, making the sweat drop, but all thinking about buying the next copy. After being taken to the hotel, Naruto was given a room fit for a Hokage, like a king-sized bed, large personal bathroom, and other expensive things. Not that he cared for such things, but it was a nice change from his old apartment that he had as a child. Deciding to rest before he is called to the meeting, Naruto strips off his armor and shirt and goes to lie in bed, but notices red tribal marking on his left pectoral. Wondering what it was, Naruto looked closer and activates his Sharingan and notices small kanji inscribed on them. Recognizing some of them kanji, Naruto, taking a risk, he pumps chakra into making the seals glow, sending massive amounts of pain into Naruto's head, making Naruto see memories that weren't his own nor where they might are. As the pain being too much, Naruto passed out of his bed. 3 hours later. Groggily waking up, Naruto holds his head in pain but soon stopped as the memories stopped flowing into his head. God, it feels like someone dropped an anvil on my head, mumbled to himself. Getting to his feet, Naruto goes to the bathroom and takes his trousers off along with his boxers and steps into the shower, turning it to cold to try to soothe his still throbbing head. 10 minutes later. Stepping out of the shower, Naruto wraps a towel around his waist and goes back to his bedroom to get changed, knowing he would be called soon to go to the meeting. And as if Kami heard him, a knock at the door came with a sign. Naruto goes to the door and opens it, revealing an member with a cat mask. Yes, can I help you? Asked Naruto in a calm voice, not caring he was still only in a towel and still having water drip down his muscles. Why yes, Hokage-sama, as asked for you, presents at the meeting that is about to begin, said Cat, trying to control her blush. Very well, I'll be back in a moment, said Naruto, truing around and going into his room and drying of what water was left on him and putting on his armor and his headband on his arm and putting his gumbai on his back. He returns to the door. Naruto steps out and locks it behind him. Looking at the shall we go, said Naruto, getting a nod from Cat. The two left for the meeting. Council meeting. In the meeting were the clans of Konoha, some large like the Uchiha, Senju and Hyuga, and some small like the Uzumaki and Inuzuka, sitting in their seats surrounding a large U-shaped table with the Hokage and her advisors along with the Sannin sitting on a separate table looking over them. This meeting has been called to order, said Haruka, which instantly made the Uchiha clan head Hitomi Uchiha speak up. What is so important that we have all been called here at this time, Hokage-sama? Asked Hitomi, getting murmurs of agreement from the other clan heads and a smile from those who knew the reason. We have a special guest that will arrive soon, and I would like for you all to meet him and hear his story, said Haruka, getting some of the clan heads angry at their time being wasted by a man no less. He isn't some ordinary quest, I take it? Lazily asked Minori Nara, getting a smirk from the Hokage and the Sannin. Seeing the smirk, the clan heads calmed down. You are correct, Minori, he is quite special. You see, she was cut off by a knock at the door, getting all the clan heads to look in the direction, and Haruka and the Sannin smiling, knowing who it was coming, said Haruka. The door opened, revealing Naruto in his normal armor and a gumbai on his back, and his getting all the occupants to blush at the sight of him. I'm sorry if I'm late, Hokage-sama, I was in the shower when I was called, said Naruto with a bow, making people notice his wet hair and some water dripping from his face, slightly making all of their blushes deepen. It's okay, Naruto-kun, and please call me Haruka, no need for formalities with me, said Haruka, getting a heart-warming smile from Naruto that made all of their hearts melt at the sight of it. Of course, Haruka-chan, said Naruto, making Haruka's blush to deepen more and getting glares aimed her way by everyone else in the room. Getting her blush under control, she looks towards the clan head. This our guest, would you like to introduce yourself? Asked Haruka. Okay, Haruka-chan, answered Naruto, looking towards the clan heads with a smile. Hello, my name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Uchiha. It's an honor to meet you all, said Naruto with a bow, leaving everyone apart from those who knew gobsmacked. What, shouted the entire council apart from the few who knew already, getting a smile from Naruto. Regaining her composure, Kiyomi Hyuga looked at the Hokage. This is quite the find, Hokage-sama, someone from 3 very powerful clans, but I still don't see why this couldn't wait till our normal meeting tomorrow, said Kiyomi, getting those that were no longer in shock to agree with her. That is for Naruto to tell you, said Haruka, looking at Naruto, who gave a nod and started to speak. I am going to tell you the same story I told Haruka-chan as well as the 3 Sannin who were with her, but since I want to save time I'm going to put you all under in genjutsu, said Naruto, shocking the clan heads and the advisors. What are you talking about? You may be from powerful clans, but you are still a man. You can't use chakra, said Kimiko Senju, but to her and the others' shocked, Naruto visible blue eye turned into a Sharingan. But what happened next made the Uchiha clan head choke on her own spit. His eyes changed again, but into a circle with 3 tomes surrounding it. Madara's Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. H how dio you h ha v tt hos eyes, stuttered Hitomi, looking at Naruto in fear. All will be explained, so look into my eyes, Tsukuyomi shouted Naruto, making everyone be brought into the technique. Tsukuyomi world. Entering the genjutsu, everyone looked around in wonder. In here I am God. Every second that passes will feel like eternity. It could torture you all for seconds in the real world, but here it would be days, said Naruto darkly, getting shivers of fear from them all. But with this jutsu I can show you all my life up to this point, so get comfortable, said Naruto, making seats appear for them all as they watched Naruto's life. 3 hours later. And that has been my life up to this point, said Naruto to the crying women in front of him. Hearing about it was one thing, but seeing everything is another story. How could you live through all of that? Asked a crying Jiraiya, making Naruto smile softly at them. Because I may not have had many, but I had friends and loved ones I wanted to protect, and that is what drove me forward every day, answered Naruto, making them smile at how strong and selfless he was. Okay, I'm going to end the jutsu now. Only 3 seconds has passed in the real world, so don't worry, said Naruto, ending the technique. Real world. Ending the jutsu, Naruto looked over to the Hokage. Is there anything else I am needed for, Haruka-chan? Asked Naruto, getting a small nod from Haruka. If you wouldn't mind, I'm sure some of the people here would like to ask you some questions, said Haruka, getting many agreements from the clan heads, making Naruto smile. I would be happy to answer some question, answered Naruto, making them all smile at him. Naruto-kun, what shall you do now that you are here? Asked Aya Uzumaki with a blush. I plan on staying here if Haruka-chan will allow me to, and maybe become a sensei to a genin team, answered Naruto, causing Haruka and the others to frown. Why wouldn't I allow you to stay, Naruto-kun? Asked Haruka. Well, I don't want to be an inconvenience to you all, said Naruto, only to get slapped in the face by Orochimaru, making him look at her with wide eyes. Why would you say that, Naruto-kun? I may not have known you for that long, but you are my friend, so you're staying, or do I have to tie you up with my snakes, threatened Orochimaru with a glare, making Naruto shiver. I agree with Orochi, you are staying, and that is final, said Tsunade, getting nods from everyone. Agreeing to stay, which brought a smile to everyone's face. Haruka spoke up, so you want to be a jounin sensei? I don't see why you can't. Graduations are next week, so that gives you time to settle in before then, said Haruka, making Naruto smile. No, are there any more questions for Naruto-kun before he goes? Asked Haruka, making the Uzumaki, the Namikes, and the Uchiha raise their hands, getting a knowing smile from Naruto, who raised his hand to speak first. I am honored that you would all welcome me into your homes, but I must decline your offers as I would like to live on my own for the time being and get used to all the new things around me, explained Naruto, getting pouts from the 3 clan heads and a laugh from him. The shinobi forces and the villagers will be told an alternate story on a later date, but for now this meeting is over, said Haruka, getting all the clan heads to leave the room, but all having one last glance at Naruto before they left, leaving only Haruka, Orochimaru, Jiraiya and Tsunade. Well, good night all of you. I feel quite tired after using that jutsu, said Naruto, waving goodbye as he left the meeting room to go to rest. 1 week had passed since Naruto had arrived in a new dimension, and he still had things to get used to, like the people of the village looking at him with awe, respect and lust. Because of this, Naruto has spent most of his time researching the world he was in, as well as looking through the memories that appeared from the seal, along with practicing the new jutsu that have been added to his memory. Stupid Haruka-chan, why couldn't you come up with a better story to tell them, mumbled to himself while sitting in his new apartment at his desk looking over some scrolls for Fuinjutsu. Flashback 3 days ago. Standing in the Hokage's office along with the Sannin and Haruka, who was about to make an announcement to the village. You still haven't told me the cover story that you are going to tell them, said Naruto, looking at a smirking Haruka who ignored him and walked out onto the balcony to talk to the populace. People of Konoha, I have gathered you all here today to make an announcement that will change the face of the shinobi world, announced Haruka, making the crowd gasp in surprise until the males started shouting. Why are we even here then? This doesn't affect us, shouted a large man. Yeah, we can't as chakra, shouted another man, getting agreements from the other males in the area. Looking down on the man with a small hidden smirk, she faked a glare and unleashed it upon the males. Silence, shouted Haruka, making the men turn pale and the women to shiver. That's better. No, as I was saying, this news will change the ninja world forever. That reason is because of one man, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Uchiha, announced Haruka, making Naruto step out onto the balcony with her, getting the women of the crowd to blush at the sight of him. The crowd was silent until a man spoke. How can a man change the ninja world? He can't use chakra like the rest of us, shouted an old man, making more people to start to shout out. Silence. Naruto will change the ninja world as he is the only man in the world capable of using chakra, shouted Haruka, shocking the crowd and making the kunoichi of the crowd jaws drop. Hokage-sama, how can this man use chakra, and why are we just finding out now? Exclaimed a kunoichi, getting shout of agreement from other kunoichi. This knowledge has been kept from you all for good reason, as we feared more people would try to give men chakra, answered Haruka, making the men in the crowd angry. Why shouldn't men have chakra? Are you afraid us, or would you prefer we all be boy toys like your pet up there? Shouted a random man until Naruto unleashed his ki onto him, making him drop to his knees and froth from the mouth before passing out, making people pale at the power Naruto showed. Never call me a pet, or I will kill you, stated Naruto coldly, sending chills down the spines of everyone in the area. As I was about to say before, that fool interrupted me. The reason why the information was not told is the method of how men gain the ability to use chakra, said Haruka, pausing for a moment. The method it takes for men to gain chakra is to sacrifice over 500 kunoichi's chakra and absorb it into their bodies, said Haruka, making the crowd gasp and look at Naruto in fear and disgust. Seeing the looks the people were giving him, Naruto looked down, remembering his time as a child and getting the same looks. Haruka looked at the crowd and saw the looks that people were giving Naruto. She started to speak, getting everyone's attention, and to their shock she was looking at them with a disappointed look. I am disappointed in you all at the moment. Think for a moment, if Naruto had done this, do you think he would be standing here right now, said Haruka, making them all go wide-eyed and look over at Naruto, and see sadness in his eyes, making the women who knew him hearts clench at seeing such sadness in his eyes. The reason Naruto can use chakra is because as a child Naruto was taken from his family and experimented on to make him the perfect shinobi by changing his DNA and giving him the ability to use chakra. He has grown up knowing nothing but hardship and death, and seeing how quickly you judged him, he has served this village behind the scenes for years to protect you all, but giving this reaction to him without even knowing him, I wouldn't blame him if he left this place, said Haruka, shocking them at what Naruto had to go through. Looking at the crowd, he didn't need his senses to tell that everyone was ashamed of how quick to judge they were. It's okay, Haruka-chan, I forgive them. I wish to protect Konoha and the villagers. If I hated them, it is that same as hating Konoha, and that is something I can't do, said Naruto with a heart-warming smile, making Haruka along with the crowd tear up a little at seeing how strong-willed and forgiving Naruto is. Wiping her tears, Haruka looks over to the crowd again. I hope that you will all treat Naruto well. That is all. You may now return to your homes, said Haruka, getting the crowd to disperse. Walking back into the office, Naruto was met by a flying tackle by Jiraiya, who clung to his chest. Why do you always do this when you see me? Asked Naruto, getting a smirk and a small nosebleed from Jiraiya. Well, how else will I get you measurements right for my new book? I want to make this one perfect, exclaimed Jiraiya, getting nosebleeds from everyone but Naruto, who just sweat dropped at her actions. Flashback end. After that incident, Naruto is stared at every time he walks outside. Even when training, he has kunoichi following him to see how he trains. When taking missions, Naruto has to sneak out of Konoha to avoid people trying to come with him. Looking at the time, Naruto gets up from his desk and puts his armor on, and his ganbai, and shins to the Hokage office. Hokage office. Standing inside the Hokage office were the Jounin of Konoha along with the Sannin stood in front of the Hokage, who was sitting behind her desk. All right, Jiraiya-chan, you wanted to take Minako Namikaze, and you, Orochi-chan, wanted to take Anko Mitarashi as your apprentices, correct? Asked Haruka, getting nods in response. Okay, that leaves us with 21 graduates to put into teams, said Haruka, who smiled as Naruto appeared in the room, causing all of them to blush and Jiraiya to tackle him again. Are you here to help with the teams? Asked Haruka, getting a nod from Naruto. They all sit together and organize the teams. Academy classes 2 hours after meeting. Sitting impatiently waiting for the teams to be called were the new genin of Konoha, some standing out more than others like Minako Namikaze. She was a genius of the ninja arts, and her beauty was hard to match with her golden shoulder-length hair that framed her heart-shaped face along with calming blue eyes. Next to her was Kushina Uzumaki. She had bright red hair that fell just below her neck and a round face that was cute with amethyst eyes. She was well on her way of being a heartbreaker. As the teacher walked in, she looked at her class. Calm down, genin, said their teacher Akiko Yumino, getting ignored by her class. A tick mark appeared on her forehead. Quite brats, shouted Akiko with her family's famous demon head no jutsu, With the genin now paying attention, she speaks. Okay, now that you're listening, I have the teams, but first Minako and Anko, you two have been taken as apprentices to Jiraiya-sama and Orochimaru-sama. Please go and meet them at their private training ground, said Akiko, making the two gobsmacked at being taught by a sannin, leaving the room to go and meet their teachers. They missed the jealous looks from the other students. Okay, now the team 1 is, I am going to skip the teams. Okay, team 7 is Kushina Uzumaki, Mikoto Uchiha, and Sam Inuzuka. Your sensei will be here to pick you up shortly. With that said, Akiko walked out of the room, leaving the genin to wait for their teachers. They didn't wait long before the door opened, revealing Naruto, making them all blush at the sight of him, but also made them confused as to why a man was here. Team 7, meet me on the roof in 5 minutes, or you're going back to the academy, ordered Naruto before disappearing in a swirl of fire, shocking all of them. Getting out of her shock, Kushina looked over to her two teammates. Quick, let's go, I never want to come back to this place, Databane, exclaimed Kushina as she ran to the roof, followed by her new teammate, to go and meet their new sensei. Leaning against the railing, Naruto stared at the 3 panting genin in front of him with a blank stare, but inwardly his mind was a mess. Kami, what am I going to do? That's my mother, how can I be her teacher? Then again, this way I can make sure she doesn't die during the war, thought Naruto, still staring at his new students who were now staring at him in confusion and light blushes adoring their cheeks. I will be your new sensei, but before we do anything I would like for us to get to know one another by telling us about ourselves, said Naruto with a smile, making their blushes increase. How can you be our sensei? You're a man and not much older than us, Databane, said Kushina before covering her mouth and blushing in embarrassment. The blush only increased when she heard her sensei chuckle at her. My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Uchiho, and I am the only male that can use chakra, said Naruto, shocking the 3. Ignoring their shock, Naruto continues, I'm surprised that your clans didn't inform you of me after the meeting with the clan head, said a confused Naruto, getting wide-eyed looks from them all. Wait, you're the man that meeting was about? My Ka-chan came home in tears, said Mikoto, getting nods from the other 3. Same with my Ka-chan, she wouldn't tell me why, said Sam with a frown, not knowing what could make her mother cry. Yeah, my cousin was the same, she wouldn't stop until she went to sleep, said Kushina, making Naruto smile sadly at them. You see, the clan heads along with the village elders were shown my life story during that meeting, said Naruto, making them go wide-eyed. Ignoring their looks, Naruto gets back on topic. Let's introduce ourselves. Okay, I'll go first. My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Uchiha. I'm 18 years old. My likes are, my precious people, music, learning new things, and training. I dislike rapists, arrogance, and people who can't tell the difference between a kunai and a scroll it's sealed in. As for a dream, I want to find a friend of mine and maybe raise a family, said Naruto, getting weird looks about the kunai and sealing scroll from Mikoto and a happy look from Kushina. Now it's your turn, redhead, said Naruto, getting a glare from Kushina. My name's Kushina Uzumaki. I'm 16 years old. My likes are my friend Mikoto, my clan, and ramen. My dislikes are the same as you, sensei, but also people who make fun of my hair. My dream is, taking in a deep breath, ISTO become Hokage, Databane, shouted Kushina, making the others hold their ears in pain. Very nice, Kushina, I hope you achieve your dream. Also, I think your hair is lovely, it reminds me of spider lilies, said Naruto, making Kushina turn the color of her hair at Naruto's compliments. Okay, you're next, Uchiha told Naruto, getting a nod from Mikoto. My name is Mikoto Uchiha. I'm 16 years old. My likes are my friend Kushina, my clan, and training. I dislike the arrogance of some of my clan, rapists and perverts, and my dream is to become an Umbu captain and get rid of the arrogance completely in my clan, also to raise a family, said Mikoto, getting a smile from Naruto. I hope you achieve your dreams, Mikoto, and last but not least, Inuzuka, you're up, said Naruto, getting a smirk from Sam. My name is Sam Inuzuka. I'm also 16. My likes are Kuramaru, my clan, and training. My dislikes are people who hurt animals, perverts, and rapists, and my dream is to become clan head and raise a family, said Sam, earning another smile from Naruto. All of you have great dreams to try and achieve, and if you become genin, I hope to be able to help you do that, said Naruto, surprising them at what he said. What do you mean we are genin? Exclaimed all of them, making Naruto smirk at them all, getting a glare from them. No, you passed the academy, which lets you do a test to become a genin, said Naruto, shocking them all. Ignoring their shock, Naruto continues. So here is the plan. You all meet me at Training Ground 7 tomorrow at 6 a.m. sharp to do the test and hopefully become genin. If not, it's back to the academy or out the ninja program altogether. Also, don't eat breakfast or you will puke, said Naruto before disappearing in a swirl of fire, leaving the 3 on the roof. Looking at where Naruto stood, Kushina had stars in her eyes. That was so cool. Do you think he'll teach me that? Asked Kushina, wanting to know that cool jutsu. We have to pass our test first. What do you think it is? Asked Mikoto, getting them all think about the test and what it could be until Tsum spoke up. Well, I have to go, but I'll ask my mom what the test could be and tell you tomorrow. After that was said, Tsum walked off, leaving the last two kunoichi. By the way, Kushina, you're still blushing at what sensei said to you, said Mikoto whilst laughing as she watched Kushina's blush go brighter. Shut up, Databane! Shouted Kushina, only making Mikoto laugh more at her friend. With Naruto appearing in his apartment in a swirl of fire, Naruto sees Jiraiya lying on his sofa writing in a book and giggling to herself. Oh, this is great, now I have all of Naruto's sizes, I can finally start writing my new book, giggled Jiraiya, not noticing Naruto enter the room and stand above her. And what new book would this be? Asked Naruto, making Jiraiya jump up in fright. Don't do that, Naruto-kun, you almost gave me a heart attack, said Jiraiya, holding onto her chest. Sorry, couldn't help it, but anyway, any reason you're here other than looking through my stuff? Said Naruto with a light glare, making Jiraiya smile sheepishly and rub the back of her neck. Hehe, sorry about that, but yes, there is a reason, and it's important, said Jiraiya with a serious voice, making Naruto look at her with a serious face. What is it? Asked Naruto. Whilst I was with Minako, I wanted her to sign the Toad contract as she is my apprentice, but when I opened it, your name was there, which means you still have a contract with the Toads, said Jiraiya, shocking Naruto. That's great, that means I can still summon toads. Let's see if I can summon Ma and Pa, said Naruto, going throughout hand seals. Naruto shouts Kuchios no Jutsu, and in a burst of smoke 2 small green toads were standing there. Ma, where are we? Who summoned us? Asked Pa, getting a shrug from his wife. I don't know, Pa, but the chakra did feel familiar, said Ma as she looked around and spotted Naruto, and got into a defensive stance along with Pa. So you survived, Madara. What did you do with Naruto-chan? And why did you summon us? Demanded Pa, making Naruto smile at them, confusing the two. It's me, Pa. Things happened and I ended up in this body, but it's still me, said Naruto, getting glares from the toads. Prove it. What was Jiraiya boy's hope for the world? Asked Ma, staring at Naruto, trying to see if he was lying. Jiraiya senseis wanted everyone to understand each other and break the cycle of hate in the world, answered Naruto, getting wide-eyed looks from the toads. It is you, Naruto-chan. What happened to you? Asked Ma with a shocked look on her face. Well, I was fighting Madara and we were losing. Kurama had a plan and I went along with it. We defeated Madara, but something happened and I ended up in Madara's body and in a new world with only kunoichi, answered Naruto, making the two look at him in sadness. You always did have a hard life, Naruto boy. It's a wonder how you still smile, but enough of this talk. You will always be welcomed as a toad summoner no matter what, said Pa, making Naruto smile at the two toads. That's great, Naruto-kun, that means we have the same contract, said Jiraiya, making Naruto smile, but also confused. How is it that two even still have a contract with the toads, and how are you not freaked out by a female, Jiraiya? Asked Naruto, wanting some answers. We aren't sure, Naruto boy, but we will try and figure that out. And as not freaking out about the female Jiraiya, I feel like I have known her to be female, but I also remember a male Jiraiya, said Pa, making Naruto go wide-eyed. Do you think that somehow the two toad contracts combined and so did your counterparts' memories, suggested Naruto, getting a nod from the two. Maybe, Naruto-chan, but for now it doesn't matter. You still hold the toad contract, so you are free to summon the toads. Also pop over for dinner sometime soon, said Ma, as she and Pa disappeared in a puff of smoke. Looking over at Jiraiya, Naruto notices she looked tired. Jiraiya-chan, I think it's best you get some sleep, said Naruto, getting a nod from Jiraiya as she started to walk towards his bedroom. Come on, Naruto-kun, you can be my pillow for the night, said Jiraiya in a sweet tone that made Naruto shiver a little. Nodding his head, the two walked to the bedroom and strip of into their underwear, and climb into bed. Night, Naruto-kun, said Jiraiya as she rested her head on Naruto's chest. Night, Jiraiya-chan, whispered Naruto, kissing the top of her head before drifting to sleep. Waking up, Naruto notices that Jiraiya isn't in bed with him anymore. I felt slightly ill writing this. She must have gone early in the morning, said Naruto out loud, only to hear the bathroom door open, revealing Jiraiya in a towel that clung to her body, showing off her hourglass figure, making Naruto blush at the sight of her. Seeing Naruto's blush, Jiraiya lowers her towel a little, showing more of her cleavage, making Naruto have a slight nosebleed. See something you like, Naruto-kun? Asked Jiraiya in a sultry voice, sending a shiver up Naruto's spine, who responded with a slow nod, making Jiraiya smile at him. Walking over to Naruto, Jiraiya sat down on Naruto's lap, making Naruto go bright red. Naruto, never being in a situation like this before, sat there frozen until Jiraiya spoken again. Oh, Naruto, what could that be poking me? asked Jiraiya innocently with a small hidden smirk on her face. Stuttered a red-faced Naruto, making Jiraiya giggle at his embarrassment. Finished with her teasing, Jiraiya kissed Naruto a chaste kiss on the cheek. As fun as is to see you flush, you have a team to see and I have my apprentice, said Jiraiya, getting up from Naruto's lap and walking towards the bathroom with swinging her hips more than necessary. 10 minutes later. After having a quick shower and changing into his normal clothing and armor, saying his goodbyes to Jiraiya, Naruto shuns in a swirl of fire to training ground 7. Appearing in a swirl of fire, Naruto doesn't see any of his genin. I must be early. Oh well, I needed to get away from Jiraiya-chan. But since I'm early, I think I'll see if they are prepared for anything, thought Naruto as he disappeared into the forest. 1 hour later. Sitting under a tree were Naruto's 3 genin, Mikoto, Tsume and Kushina, all waiting for their sensei to arrive and tell them what their test will be. So what do you think our test will be, Kushina-chan? Asked Mikoto, making Kushina go into a thinking pose. Well, I think Naruto-kun will test our abilities as kunoichi, but I'm not sure how, said Kushina, hoping no one noticed the suffix she used for her sensei. Oh, so it's Naruto-kun now, is it? Kushina-chan too knew you liked him, said Mikoto, trying not to laugh at her friend's blushing face. Shut up, Databane! Shouted Kushina, making the two wince at the noise level. Okay, you two, we can talk about Kushina's love for sensei later. We need to come up with a strategy, said Tsume, making Mikoto smirk and Kushina to blush harder. But we don't know what he is planning, so how can we prepare? Imea was as far as Mikoto got as the three had to jump and avoid a volley of kunai, getting into defensive positions. Come out, we now, you're there, shouted Kushina, getting a low chuckle that echoed across the training ground. Very well, said the mysterious voice, appearing behind them. Jumping back, they see an IWA Umbu standing before them, but only instead of female this one was male, making them calm down. Nice trick, sensei, but we know it's you, you're the only male that can use chakra, said Tsume, lowering her guard only to have the Umbu appear in front of her and kick her in the chest, sending her flying into a tree. If this unsealed the damaged gum by making the two standing genin wide-eyed belong to your sensei, then he won't be coming, said the Umbu, throwing the gum bite to the floor. You're lying, Naruto sensei would never lose to you, shouted Kushina in denial, about to charge only to be stopped by Mikoto, making Kushina glare at her. What are you doing? I have to avenge sensei. Before Kushina could finish, she was stopped by a slap from Mikoto. Snap out of it, shouted Mikoto with a serious face. We need to come up with a plan, but for now, said Mikoto, throwing smoke pellets to the floor. She and Kushina picked up their downed teammate and hide within the forest. It seems hunting these genin will be more fun than I originally thought, said the rock Umbu, jumping into the forest to begin his hunt. With the genin resting under a tree, the 3 genin tried to plan ahead. Okay, that Umbu is dangerous. I didn't even see him move even with my Sharingan, said Mikoto in a worried look, staring at her teammates. We need to hold him off until sensei gets here. There is no way that this guy took out sensei, said Kushina, making her 2 teammates look at her in sadness. But he had sensei's gum by. There is no way sensei would give that over willingly, said Tsume with a frown. You're right, your sensei clung to his weapon until I pried it from his cold dead hands, said the Umbu, appearing behind Tsume and chopped her neck, knocking her out. Looking at the 2 remaining genin, well, 2 left to go. I wonder how much you will go for an IWA, said the Umbu with a chuckle, scaring the 2 conscious genin. I'm not going without a fight, right, Kushina, said Mikoto, getting into a fighting stance. Right, Mikoto, answered Kushina, making chakra chains come out of her back. Running at the Umbu, Mikoto goes through hand seals fire style. Great fireball jutsu, sending a massive fireball towards the IWA ninja. Effortlessly dodging the fireball, the Umbu runs at the girls only to have to dodge golden chakra chains ready to impale him. Damn, almost had him, Databane, Kushina muttered aloud, sending more chakra after the man only for him to dodge them easily. Having enough of dodging, the Umbu stops moving, allowing the chains to ensnare him. Ha, got you, bastard, exclaimed Kushina, making the Umbu chuckle. Or is it I who has you, whispered the man, who started to sink into the ground, dragging her with him, leaving only her head above the ground. I'll come and pick you up after I deal with the Uchiha, he said, walking towards Mikoto, who stood there shocked at how quickly Kushina lost. Dodging a volley of kunai, Mikoto sees him make a few hand seals. Earth release. Earth and stone dragon, shouted the man, sending a giant dragon made of rock towards the girl. Having no time to dodge, Mikoto was hit head-on by the jutsu, sending her through over to the fallen kunoichi. The IWA nin feels a sense of dread. Kushina was wide-eyed, looking as her friend was beaten and injured, and she couldn't do anything about it, feeling her hate and anger build up until she heard a small voice in the back of her mind. Destroy him, whispered the demonic voice. Then a surge of power came to Kushina, surrounding her in a cloak of red chakra, crushing the earth she was trapped in. Sensing the yokai, Naruto turns to see Kushina crouched on all fours, surrounded by a chakra cloak with two tails swaying behind her. "I will kill you," shouted Kushina as dozens red chakra chains shoot from her body towards the IWA Nin at great speed. Dodging left, right, up and down, the IWA Nin started making hand seals, jumping in the air to dodge more red chains. The IWA Nin slammed his hands to the ground the second he landed and shouted, "Earth release." Swamp of the underworld, making the ground under Kushina turn into a deep swamp, making Kushina start to sink. Watching Kushina struggle in the swamp, the IWA Nin walks towards the trapped girl. "You did better than expected." Kushina looked at the man with blood-red eyes filled with hate. "I will kill you," shouted the girl, still being affected by the yokai, making the man sigh. "Looks at me," said the IWA Nin, making Kushina look up and was shocked. Looking down on her was a pair of red spinning Sharingan eyes until everything went back. Kushina's mindscape. Looking around, she almost jumped at the sight of the Kyuubi chained down to a floating moon behind a cage. "So mortal, you have finally come to see me. Should I feel honored?" the Kyuubi muttered sarcastically, something that Kushina didn't catch. "Why would I come to see you, stupid fox?" shouted Kushina with a glare aimed at the fox, who sent its own glare at the girl. Hearing footsteps, the Kyuubi growled in that direction. "Mortal, who did you bring with you?" demanded the fox, making Kushina panic. "Did that ninja follow me in here?" exclaimed Kushina with worry in her voice. The footsteps got louder and louder until Kushina saw a shadow of a man walking closer. Panicking, Kushina gets into a defensive stance, much to the Kyuubi's amusement. Walking out of the shadows was Naruto, dressed in his normal armor with his gunbai on his back. "It has been some time since I have seen you," said Naruto, looking at the Kyuubi, much to Fox and Kushina's confusion. "I have never met you, mortal. You would not be standing here if I did," spoke the Nine Tails, glaring at Naruto with hatred and reluctant curiosity. Smiling at the fox, confusing it more, Naruto then looked at Kushina with disappointed look, making her sad. "Kushina, did you ask to use the fox's chakra?" asked Naruto, already knowing the answer. "What? Why would you ask that?" shouted a shocked Kushina, not believing that her sensei would ask that. Sending a small glare at the girl that made her flinch. "I didn't think you would be someone to take things that are not yours, Kushina. It seems I was wrong," spoke Naruto with disappointed clear in his voice that made Kushina want to cry. Turning to the Nine Tails, "I am sorry for what my student has done, along with anything my ancestors have done," said Naruto, bowing his head towards the Nine Tails, shocking both Kushina and the fox. "Who are your ancestors, mortal?" demanded the fox with a glare that would freeze hell at Naruto. "I think her name was Madoka Uchiha," answered Naruto, making the Kyuubi thrash against its restraint. "Don't speak that bitch's name to me, mortal!" shouted the fox, trying to break its restraints. Turning towards Kushina, who had wiped the tears in her eyes away, "I know you have been told that the fox is evil, but don't just follow other people like a lost sheep," said Naruto, making Kushina cry more and making the Nine Tails smirk. "But Mito-bachan told me that the fox was evil," muttered Kushina with tears falling down her porcelain skin. Walking closer to Kushina, Naruto wipes her tears away and smiles at her. "I know, but you could try to befriend the Nine Tails," said Naruto, smiling at the girl that made her heart flutter. "Okay, I'll try, Naruto-kun." With the thought, all the chains that held down the fox were go, and the moon lowered to the ground, allowing the fox to move freely behind the cage. "See that a start, but for now we need to go, but do come back and talk to the fox. Maybe one day you will get to know its true name," said to Kushina, shocking Kushina and the Kyuubi. Real world. Waking up, Kushina sees that Mikoto and Sim were standing that unhurt along with their sensei. Standing up, Kushina looks at her sensei, who smiles at her, making her blush and getting her teammates to chuckle at her. "Well, you all passed my test, so congratulations, you all passed," spoke Naruto, making the three shout in excitement and making him laugh a little at them. "I know you are all excited, but I have something to say, so listen up," ordered Naruto, making the three genin look at him. "I know that you are all from clans, so you know better than most genin that the ninja world is not a fairy tale. Not everything has a happy ending. Some of your classmates will probably die before they become chunin because they don't take being a ninja seriously, so tomorrow we will begin our training, so rest up and prepare for hell," spoke Naruto, sending a chill down their spines of the way he said that. "I will see you all tomorrow," said Naruto before disappearing in a swirl of fire. With their sensei gone, the three genin head towards the Chiruka ramen stand for lunch and to tease Kushina about her crush on their sensei. It has been a week since Team 7 had been formed, and the three kunoichi couldn't be happier. During the week they had learned much from their new sensei and have grown as strength. Some had improved in her taijutsu along with learning new earth jutsus since that was her element. Mikoto had gained 3 tomes in her Sharingan and learned and improved her fire jutsu along with increasing her speed to be able to use the Sharingan effectively. Kushina was the biggest change since the team had formed. She would spend as much time with Naruto as she possible could, thus increasing her abilities faster as her Kenjutsu was nearly Chunin level already, as well as learning new water jutsu. She learned different strategies to use her chakra chains better. No standing in Haruka's office. Team 7 stood covered in scratches and glaring at the purring cat in Naruto's arms, much to the amusement of Haruka and Naruto. Well, Team 7, you have done the mandatory number of D-rank missions, so you will be given a C rank, but it will be a joint mission with you and Orochimaru and her student Anko, said Haruka, making the 3 genin cheer and making Naruto looking at her for an explanation. Seeing the look that Naruto was giving her, she sighs. The reason for the joint mission is because I want to try and end this pointless war before it really starts, so you will be on a mission to Kumo to guard our negotiator during her stay, said Haruka, causing Naruto to instantly disagree. You can't be serious. You can't send 3 newly trained genin to a hostile village, especially 3 clan heiresses. It's too risky, even with me and Orochi-chan, argued Naruto, making Haruka sigh, already knowing he was right. I know, Naruto-kun, but we have most of our forces fighting IWA. Kiri and the rest are either guarding the borders or are injured, so I don't have much choice in the matter, but I trust you and Orochimaru to guard the negotiator and hopefully end the conflict between us and Kumo, allowing us to focus on IWA and Kiri, said Haruka, making Naruto reluctantly nod and turn to his still excited team. Okay, pack for a month-long mission and meet me at the gates in 4 hours. The quicker we start, the earlier we finish, said Naruto, making the genin nod and run out the tower to pack for their first real mission. Turning back to Haruka, Naruto can sense she hasn't told him something. There is something you haven't told me about the mission, isn't there, said Naruto, making Haruka sigh once again. Yes, this is the main reason I picked you for this mission. We have gathered information that IWA and Kiri are going to betray Kumo and lead a joint assault on Kumo. I want you to wipe them out and protect Kumo. This will show our strength to everyone and gain a new ally, said Haruka, making Naruto frown. So you want me to bring me genin to a battle field and have them fight kunoichi far more experienced and deadly than them? Asked Naruto, holding back his K.I, but calmed down with Haruka's quick thinking. No, Naruto, they won't be fighting. They will be with Orochimaru watching you fight. I want them to see what a true battle is like, so they will learn, and it will show the strength of Konoha with you defeating the joint assault by yourself, and I order you to go all out on them, said Haruka with a smirk, hoping that Orochimaru doesn't mind sharing the story when she gets back. Nodding his head, Naruto leaves the office and heads towards his apartment to seal away what he needs for the mission. After sealing away the things he would need, Naruto sits on the floor cross-legged and concentrates on the memories that he got from the seal that appeared on his body. Memory. Naruto finds himself running through a forest that he doesn't recognize. Not in control of his body, he keeps on running until he reaches an open area with a large lake. Taking a seat at the lake's edge, Naruto sits there apparently waiting for someone. Sitting by the edge of the lake, the boy hears the grass behind him move and turn to see what appears to be a young Uchiha. Not being able to control anything, Naruto watches the event through someone else's eyes. Hello Hashirama, I was late because I was looking after my younger brother, said the young Uchiha, making Naruto go wide-eyed and remembered seeing this memory in Madara's memories. Yo Madara, long time no see, said Hashirama, making Madara's static face gain a small smirk. HN, said Madara, making Hashirama get pissed off. We agreed no more HN, you have to give a proper response, yelled Hashirama. Much to Madara's amusement, the two sat down and talked about their lives, but not giving up some details. Hours passed like this until Naruto felt the memory end and was back in his apartment. Memory end. Coming out of the memory, Naruto was still shocked to realize that he had Hashirama Senju's memories inside his head. I'm going to have to figure out how I got those memories, Naruto said aloud until he saw the clock. But not now, I'm late, said Naruto, as he ran out the door towards the village gate. Village gate. Team 7, Orochimaru and the negotiator were waiting patiently at the gate for Naruto, but Anko was starting to get pissed off that the mysterious person was wasting her and her sensei's time. Kami, why is she taking so long, moaned Anko for the 6th time since arriving. Having enough of her apprentices moaning, Orochimaru smiles sweetly at Anko, making her scared. Now Anko-chan, would you please be quiet for a little? I'm sure he will be here soon, said Orochimaru, making Anko confused. Sensei, I think you mean she, not he, said Anko, making the others laugh. No, Anko, I meant he. Look, there he is now, said Orochimaru with a light blush on her face as she pointed towards the man that was walking their way. As Anko watched him walk closer, she, like the others, couldn't hold back their blushes at seeing him coming towards them, especially with his hair blowing slightly in the wind. Still blushing, Anko had to hide behind her sensei to avoid the embarrassment she would get if he saw her bright red blush. "Hey team, Orochi-chan, and who is this?" asked Naruto, making Anko tense up from behind Orochimaru, much to her sensei's amusement. "This is my apprentice Anko-chan. Come on Anko, say hi," said Orochimaru with a teasing smile on her face. The blushing Anko came out from behind Orochimaru. "Hi," Anko mumbled quietly. Feeling in a teasing mode, Naruto walks over to her and gives her a kiss on the forehead, much to the jealousy of the others in the area and making Anko go so red that Kushina's hair looked white. Pulling away, Naruto looks over to the others. "Well then, everyone, let's go," said Naruto as the group walked out the gate and towards Kumo. 5 days later. 5 days of long travel and 5 days of everyone but Anko and the negotiator ignoring him for some reason, making him wonder what he did but chose to focus on the mission. Arriving at the gate, Naruto got many curios from the kunoichi but was mostly ignored since he was a man, and after being checked the group were escorted to the rakeage. Arriving at the rakeage office, the group went inside to find AI. I'm writing it like that to avoid confusion. The third rakeage sitting at her desk with her advisors either side. She had long blonde hair with dark skin and a muscular build, but was still very beautiful, even if she could crush your spine if you pissed her off too much, something that Naruto found strangely appealing. Staying by the door so not to disturb, Naruto watched the negotiator greet them all. "Greeting Raikage-sama and honorable elders, I'm Minori, and I have come here today to discuss a peace treaty between our two villages," said Minori with a bow, but when she looked up she noticed the Raikage and her advisors were looking at Naruto with well-hidden blushes. Having enough of being stared at, Naruto was about to walk out but was stopped by the shout of the Raikage. "Who are you and what is a man doing here? Does your village have so little reliable kunoichi they resort to using men now? How pitiful," shouted the Raikage, stopping Naruto where he stood and unleashed K.I, making everyone sweat and pale. "Never insult my village. I'm much stronger than anyone at your village, and soon I will get the chance to prove it," said Naruto before walking out the door, leaving an angry AI and a nervous Minori. "Did that man just threaten me?" growled out AI, making Minori wide-eyed and quickly started to talk. "No, Raikage-sama, he was talking about the second reason for our visit. We have gathered information that Kiri and IWA are planning a joint assault on Kumo, and that in a show of good faith Hokage-sama has sent him to take care of the opposing army," explained Minori, making AI go wide-eyed and start to laugh. "Ha ha ha, what is one man going to do?" laughed AI, putting emphasis on the word man, making the group of Konoha kunoichi frown until Orochimaru spoke. "I have an idea. You prepare for the invasion, but you let Naruto attack first, and if need be you can join in the attack," said Orochimaru, making AI stop laughing and thought over the idea. What does my village gain out of this offer?" asked AI, making Orochimaru smirk. "If Naruto needs any help at all during the frontal attack, then I will give you my snake contract," offered Orochimaru, making everyone go wide-eyed at the offer. "That is expectable, but also if he needs help he has to stay in the village," said AI with a slight blush, making the Konoha group glare at her but agree to her deal. About to leave the office, the group hear an alarm sounding and see AI go wide-eyed and jump out the window heading towards the village wall. Following her, they arrived to see a large army of people heading towards them. "How did they get here so quickly?" shouted AI, readying her kunoichi for battle until Orochimaru shouted for her attention. "Raikage-sama, look," shouted Orochimaru, making AI and the Kumo kunoichi look to where she was pointing, and they see Naruto slowly walking towards the oncoming army. AI was about to send in her kunoichi until Naruto projected his voice, making everyone hear him. "Kiri, IWA, I give you one chance to leave before I am forced to kill you all," shouted Naruto, who was ignored at the enemy kunoichi kept running at him. Very well, he started to run towards them and made a single hand seal fire release. "Great fire annihilation," shouted Naruto, creating a massive fireball spreading across the ground, incinerating anyone that made contact with the flames. "Let's see how well you dance," taunted Naruto. Thanks for watching this video. You really enjoy this video. Like, subscribe, and comment down below, and turn on that bell notification. Don't forget to support and follow 1Fairy7 for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story, link in the description. See you in the next video. Goodbye.